So welcome, Mike Ridgway with Community Title Network. I'm here with Susan Coakley, our managing branch attorney in our Annapolis office. And we're going to just have a little conversation today and understand and, getting to know you a little bit better. So let's have some fun.
All right.
Let's get into it. Tell me a little bit about your journey and how you got here and what you've liked about the journey so far.
So when I graduated law school, I guess I have to go all the way back there. I was 9 months pregnant. Mm-hmm. So when I took the bar, I had a 1-year-old. So my first job out of law school, I was trying to find something that was a little bit more friendly, family friendly, with a toddler. And the firm I had worked at before when I was in law school was a litigation firm. And I kind of knew I didn't want to do that. So I found a foreclosure firm. Part of foreclosures, obviously, is also doing the third-party settlements when they go to sale to a third party. And then we did at one point start a title company. And that's where I first got my taste of actually doing full-on settlements. And I just really enjoyed it. And so I've kind of stayed with that my entire career, sometimes going back to foreclosures, but there's always been that aspect of title and settlements in it.
Yeah. What do you like so much about the settlements that drew you to that aspect of the business?
I like that it's the same but different. Mm-hmm. So the process is the same, but every file is different. Every file has some nuance to it, some new problem you have to solve. I feel like I'm always learning how to solve problems because something new is coming up that we've never heard of before, and we've got to figure out how to get it resolved so that we can get to the table.
Yeah, it's amazing, especially right now with the way the market is. Seems like every title we're learning something. And I've been doing this 40 years, and I'm still getting questions about, well, what do we do about this? And it never happens. Tell me some of the crazy title issues you've had to deal with, just one or two.
Well, obviously we always have the judgments, but you get those ones in Baltimore City, where you have the common name, and we've got 35 judgments that we have to go through and resolve. Or you get the ones where you have someone who's passed away and you've got to track down the heirs. They take time, but if you put in the work and spend the time to do it, you can get it worked out without too much trouble.
Yeah. What's the most rewarding aspect of the settlements for you personally?
Seeing people at the table who are super excited to buy a new home, especially those first-time home buyers.
When you deal with first-time home buyers, do you take a different approach? And if so, what is that different approach for them?
Try to do a little bit more explanation, telling them a little bit more about the process, things that they might not understand about homeowners insurance, when those bills come due, really putting out there that this is included in your mortgage, that your lender will take care of those, so don't freak out when you see that first bill and be like, I didn't have money for this, and just kind of going over all of those things that they might not be aware of. Mm-hmm. I enjoy that part of it.
Great. You mentioned that it's the same but different. So what are some of the variety that you like as part of the settlements and the whole process?
So obviously the process stays the same, but the people are different. So you have different personalities that you have to manage, different title issues that might come into play, being able to see like what the houses look like, being able to talk to people, meet those people. My biggest thing when it comes to settlements is I love to see why people are moving here, or if they're leaving, why they're leaving. I have lived in Maryland my entire life and Anne Arundel County for most of that. So I am not used to moving. Mm-hmm. It scares me. So when people are moving here from a different state, I'm always like, oh, what drew you here? Why are you coming here? And so their answers are always interesting. Sometimes it's a job. Sometimes it's just the environment, or they grew up here and they want to come home.
Yeah, gotcha. You said you lived here pretty much all your life. Mm-hmm. Explain how you like work in this area, what that means to you and being part of the community and so forth.
I love the area that I live in. This county, we have so much water. And the state in general, we have so much diversity. I just love this area. I love especially Annapolis with the water. The houses down here are so different than what we have kind of in our area. It's just a beautiful area.
Speak to your thoughts about how you can match in your job, the community and helping the community, people buying homes, and also being part of this community for your life.
Knowing the area, I think, helps, because when people, especially when people are coming from out of town, They don't know what's around. They don't know how to get to places or how to find things. So it's nice to be able to help them to be able to figure out what the best grocery store is, or what the best restaurant is, or where the best area is to send their kids to school or to hang out for the evening.
How do you like working with real estate agents? What are some of the things that you do to create that partnership for the benefit of the customers?
I love actually learning from the real estate agents as well, because they're the ones out there. They know what's available. They know what's kind of selling, what the good ways to decorate are. So I love to partner with them, to learn from them, and also to help them get their clients where they need to be.
Speak to how you might, in your aspect of the partnership, help educate them on things that to make sure their life goes smoothly and they have a good transaction. What are some of the things you do, and how do you create that proactivity?
Talking to them about programs that are coming up that we've learned about, whether it's a loan program or if there's a new tax issue, kind of getting that information out to them so that they can share that with their clients.
Talk a little bit more about your proactivity in the settlement process. What are some of the things that you do to make sure that you can cut off problems before they happen?
Reviewing title early, reviewing the contract early, especially if it helps to know the area, to know if there should be front foot, if there should be HOA, making sure those things are in the contract, making sure we have the right seller from the outset. Sometimes we have estates, we have parties who are deceased. We look at the title work and we have two people who are in title and the contract only has one. So finding those things out really early helps make sure that we don't have those problems closer to settlement.
There's something unique rather unique in the Anne Arundel County market, and it's been there for years, the private utility companies. How do you address those challenges? They seem to happen on a regular basis. What are some of the things you've learned to be able to solve those problems for the parties?
Checking the contract, knowing the area, I think really helps. And having contacts at those utilities, knowing from previous transactions who we can call to get a quick answer if that's what we need to do, that really helps.
Elaborate on that experience that you have in the business of some of the things that are important to know in the Anne Arundel County market.
So we have a lot of front foot benefit. A lot of people aren't aware of that, don't know what it is, don't know what it covers. People forget that they pay it. They only pay it once a year. So when they go to do a contract, let's say in October, they totally forgot to put it in there because they didn't remember that they had it. So knowing which areas have those or which areas should have those. We also have ground rent still in Anne Arundel County, and a lot of people aren't aware of that either. So knowing how to get that resolved if they want to redeem that, making sure it's been paid, trying to figure out who it has to be paid to. And then we do have the private utilities. So knowing which companies handle those, particularly in certain communities, they're handled by the same company. Having those contacts and having dealt with those before makes that a lot easier.
What are your goals and aspirations for this office and your market? What are you trying to accomplish in your professional/personal life?
Definitely trying to grow this office. We're kind of starting over. So reaching out to all those people that we've done business with before, who might want to come back and deal with us. I think really just having a growth mindset of trying to reach out to more people and help as many people as we can.
What are some of your personal strengths that you will rely on to do that? What do you see as your assets to help a real estate agent in their transactions?
I think the knowledge, experience, communication, being able to talk to them about the problem, reaching out and just letting them know, hey, everything's going well. We're all set for settlement. And just having that experience with putting those puzzle pieces together and being able to resolve those aspects of the title before we get to settlement.
Gotcha. Do you ever have to get involved in solving problems with the contract?
Occasionally.
The agents down here ask you for that?
Occasionally. We don't see it too often, but we will also, that helps to know too the area that you're in, because we can look at the contract and be like, well, wait a minute, there should be a statement about the HOA, or there should be the addendum for the front foot. So knowing that and knowing when we're missing those pages is helpful because we can catch that at the very beginning.
Gotcha. Talk about your passion for customer service and how you're going to implement that with the transactions and with your team.
We have a great customer service oriented team, including communication, talking to people, answering the phone, which is apparently a big selling point. Not everybody answers the phone, I guess. And just answering any of the questions that we have, making our customers, that includes both the buyer, the seller, the agents, and the lender, feel comfortable that we are working on their transaction and that we will get it to settlement on time.
Gotcha. So, our name for a reason is Community Title Network, where we want to stay involved in the community. We are a community industry. Talk about some of the things that you like to do in the industry to support your local community.
So I run a food pantry out of Pasadena, but we serve all of Anne Arundel County. Originally, we were started to make sure that no students were food insecure because you can't learn when you're hungry. We have now opened it up. We've expanded. We have our location where people can come in and shop as long as they are Anne Arundel County residents. We also have a mobile food pantry that we can take into the community. And then we stock schools. If the school requests it, we will give them food to provide to the students in their school.
Wow. That's how long have you been doing that?
We started it 7 years ago.
Wow. And tell me how it's grown and how many, do you roughly know how many people you all help in the community?
We initially started putting food in schools for counselors to give out. We have expanded since then. We have a location where people can shop. We have our mobile food pantry. We've also done pop-up pantries where we'll go to a location and just hand out food. We also have little free pantries that you might see at local libraries all around Anne Arundel County. We also have some at churches, and that's where the community can come in, put food in, or take food out if they need it. We also do Project Bloom, where we have hygiene packets in the health rooms for the schools for students.
And how many people do you roughly help? Do you guys track that and have any idea?
We do. We are in, I want to say, about 12 schools. We have 21 little free pantries around the county, and we serve probably 2,000 people a month.
Wow, that's amazing. That's really cool.
We are the 22nd wealthiest county in the country, and at least 48% of our students are on free and reduced meals in our schools.
Yeah. Wow. Well, good for you for doing that. That's pretty cool. Well, Susan, thanks for taking the time to sit down and talk and to get to know you, and I hope the community has the opportunity to help with all the things that she's doing in the community. Thank you very much for joining us. We'll see you next time.